Hello everyone, my name is Mr. Clouder, and today I'm going to tell you my thoughts on Squid Game Season 2. I've just finished watching it last night, so I just want to give you my thoughts on what I think about Season 2 so far. I mean, Season 3 is literally right around the corner. It's going to be like, what, next year? I think in the summer, actually, so I can't wait. So I'm going to tell you my thoughts on Season 2, mainly about the characters, the games, the show itself, and anything I think of along the way. Starting off with the characters, wow, I generally think this cast is actually better than Season 1's cast by a long shot. Now, I don't really know the names of the characters, so I'm just going to say their number because, man, their name is so confusing. I don't know why you can't just call them Harry, Gerald, Jeff, Bob, Kaiser, stuff like that. Starting off with player 456, man, he is absolutely crazy this season. I mean, crazy. Even though you seem quite scared in some of the games, man, he is so serious. Like, he is ready to take on an entire horde of, like, these workers or anything. Such a badass, and honestly, he is way better this season than Season 1 by a long shot. I mean, he is incredible. I love him so much. Then we have player 1, or the front man. Wow, honestly, this guy... wow, honestly. I mean, I kind of knew that he was going to betray everyone at the end, but... man, you can just tell that he actually has friends for the first time ever. You can just tell. I mean, he would go and kill someone in cold-blooded just to stay alive. That is just crazy. I mean, he was such a cool character, so friendly. I actually really liked him a lot, especially his character role as well. Then we have player 388, who is basically the Marine, and he is so cool, honestly. He would go in his way in saving anyone alive, or keeping anyone alive, and he is so cool. And during that last episode, I generally think that he's actually a Marine. I don't think he's faking it. I mean, he clearly has PTSD, I can just tell. Imagine if he got back the ammo. Honestly, I don't think anyone would die. Literally, no one would have died if he got the ammo back, but it's a shame that he was too scared, and I don't really blame him, to be fair. Then we have player 230, also known as Thanos. I love this guy so much. He was just so funny in every single episode. I loved him so much. Especially in the third game, Dingle, I think it's called, where he's just literally just dancing around. It was so funny. Honestly, such an amazing character. I just wish he was alive. I don't think he should have died, in my opinion, by a fork as well. By all things, a fork. I don't think he should have died, in my opinion. He was such a cool character. He should have lived, in my opinion. Then you got his best friend, player 124. Honestly, he's a cool character as well. I mean, I didn't really like him as much. I did get him quite confused with player 120 as well. So it was a kind of a confusion there as well. But honestly, he was a cool character. In some parts, he was funny as well. And honestly, imagine if he wasn't friends with Thanos. Honestly, generally speaking, could have changed the entirety of the entire show. I mean, he didn't have to kill player 380. I thought she would have lived a lot longer, but unfortunately she did died. Speaking of her, up next, player 380. Generally, she is such a cool character. She did kind of remind me of player 67 from Season 1, which I thought was really cool. She was so friendly and kind, and honestly, she didn't deserve to die. She was so kind to that one player. I think it was player 125, which I'll get to next. But honestly, she should have not died. And up next is player 125. Honestly, he is such a kind person. I felt so bad for him. He was just trying to live his life, trying to escape, trying to leave, but unfortunately, he's just too afraid. I felt so bad for him when he saw player 380 died. Honestly, my heart sank for him. Honestly, I felt really bad for him when I saw Thanos and his friend just like pushing him to stay. Honestly, I felt really bad for him. Up next is player 95, which I think her name is Young Me. She probably has one of the most saddest deaths. Why did she have to die in that third game? Why? She was such a scared person. She just wanted to leave, and honestly, I feel like she should have not died. I mean, she was going to die either way, but man, she died way too early. Then we have player 390, also known as player 456 best friend. He was a cool character. Big shame that he had to die in the last episode, but man, he was such a cool character. He was so positive, so energetic. I loved him so much. Imagine if he didn't die. That would be so cool if he just didn't die in the end, but I kind of understand at the same time. Up next is player 222, the pregnant woman. Honestly, I kind of liked her. She was nice when she wanted to be. She was mean when she wanted to be. She's honestly a badass character. I really can't hate her. She is so cool, honestly. Imagine she was given birth during the games. I think that would have changed the entire games completely. During one part of the episodes, these three girls went to the toilet during night time after their perfume. I think that's what they call it. I have literally no idea. And she was crying, and I thought, honestly, she was going to give birth. But no, she was just really scared. And honestly, that's when my heart kind of, sunk for her. She was scared, she was angry, she was fearless, she was so cool and friendly. Honestly, an amazing character. Up next, we've got Player 7, who is the son of Player 149. I don't really have a big opinion against him. He was there, I guess. He existed. He was embarrassed sometimes. He was okay. I didn't really like how he portrayed his mother, and for some unknown reason, I was getting Stampy Longnose vibes. I don't know why. The part where he portrayed his mother, honestly, that's when I hated him a bit more, but till the end, I kind of liked him. And up next is, of course, Player 149, the mother. Honestly, she is so friendly. I loved her so much. Even through all the games and the deaths, she was so positive. Happy when everyone's alive, staying positive. Honestly, she was so cool. Thank God she did not die, because if she did, honestly, I'll be very upset. And I'm pretty sure majority of the fans would be as well. I have one player left, but I'm going to talk about them a bit later on. But for the time being, I'm going to talk about these four last characters. Starting off with the captain, he exists, he was cool, but honestly, I have no idea why he was messing around with the drone in, I think the last episode it was, and why he killed one of their workers or something like that. I don't really understand why he did that. He was a really confusing character. I thought he was good, but I have literally no idea what his correlation is. I feel like he's going to betray them at some point near the next season, but I have literally no idea about this guy. Then, of course, we have the recruiter. Honestly, I hate him so much. I mean, did he have to stomp all that food on the floor for the homeless? Why did he do it? Honestly, he was so mean. And torturing these two people as well? Oh my god, he is so horrible. And risking player 456's life to play Russian roulette. Why would he do that? He died in the end, and thank god he did, because he was so horrible in Season 2. Then we have the detective. I knew he was going to be back either way, but I thought he would appear a bit more, but honestly, I was really disappointed in him. I mean, the guy spent 2 years looking for an island, and he didn't find it, and he still didn't find it, risking a person's life and injuring a person as well. But, I don't really know what to say about him, really. I just kind of wish he appeared a bit more, but unfortunately, he didn't. Up next is one of the workers, and I think his name is Chohiwoo? I don't know how to pronounce that name. Thank God he didn't die in the first episode, because if he did, honestly, he would have changed so much. Honestly, he was really funny, especially in the Halloween party thingy where he was wearing that horse mask. That was so funny. I mean, he escaped being tortured alive, and yet he's still happy somehow. And thank God he survived, because honestly, if he didn't, I don't really know what to say about him. I really wouldn't. No words, but thank God he's alive. Then we have Guard 11, who was the female person in that bunny suit in the second or first episode. I can't really remember. Honestly, she was not messing around one bit. She wasn't, but in the end, fear took the best of her. I mean, I'm kind of happy that she didn't kill player, I think it was 246, I think it was. The father of the daughter who has that bone cancer thingy. I can't really remember what the disease was. But it was a big, massive shame that player 246 did die in the end. I mean, I can kind of predict that Guard 11 will either die or adopt the kids. I can just tell that by a long shot. Before we get to the last player, I did forget another player, which was the YouTuber player 333. I think that his number, I can't really remember. He was actually a cool character. I didn't mind him one bit. I don't really have a lot to say about him. He was just there and he just killed Thanos, but that's literally it. He was a cool character, and honestly, you can just tell that he's really sorry about everything that he's done in his life. And of course, the best to last, which is the trans person, player 120. I have no words to describe her. She was absolutely incredible. If that was playing the second game or killing all those guards, honestly, she was so cool. I have literally no idea why people are hating on her. She was such a cool character, and she did not deserve all the hate that she got. I mean, her in the 7th episode, the last episode, she was popping off like it was nothing, honestly. The fact is that she was a Special Forces person as well made me like her even more. Honestly, could not wait to see her in the next season. She will actually be amazing, and I beg, please do not kill her. That took a long time. There were so many characters to talk about. Up next is the games, though. Of course, Red Light, Green Light was the first game. It wasn't, too special. I loved it how player 456 was telling everyone what to do. That was so cool. I loved that so much. The second game, though, which I will talk about, the Player 456 Dream, everyone picked Triangle. That was so funny. And when he opened it to see that one puzzle, that was the most funniest thing ever. But talking about the actual game, honestly, it was so cool, but also very stressful to watch as well. I mean, that one game when they're playing with that 5 little cubes, I want to learn how to play that. That is so cool to play. I did my research on this game, and apparently a long time ago, Korean kids would actually use pebbles to play this game, and honestly, I might get myself some pebbles myself because I want to learn how to play this game. It looks so fun. Some of the games were kind of interesting and kind of weird, especially that one, like, random, I don't know what it's like, a spinner wheel. That was so horrible. Why would they even put that in the game? It made the game 10 times stressful, and thank God that some people survived that. And of course, the last game, Mingle, wow. I love that so much. It's so creative. Getting into a pair of people, then running to a door. That is so cool. And the best thing is as well, is the song. Why is the song so good? I don't understand. When I heard the song, I was doing a little dance. It was so cool. I actually loved it so much. I loved how they added brand new games. It would make sense they did it. And honestly, so cool. Also, the soundtracks as well. Honestly, they ran all off on the soundtracks of this season. Come on. They remastered some of their older songs and added a bit of metal and rock to it. It was so cool. It literally gave me chills. It was so good. And honestly, might actually go back and watch it again because it was so good. Overall, what do I think about Season 2? Honestly, 10 out of 10. It was incredible. The soundtrack was amazing. The cast was amazing. The new games is amazing. I loved it all. The cast as well was absolutely amazing. If that was Thanos or Player 456 or even the transgender person or Young Me, any of the characters, I loved them so much. That was so cool. They all did so well. And apparently that we're going to get Season 3 literally apparently in 2025 summer. The summer. That is crazy. I thought I'd have to wait until December, but no, the summer apparently. That would be so good. I absolutely 100% understand why they ended it there on 7 episodes, not 10 as they planned. Because each episode is an hour long, and a normal average episode for a series is like 20 to 30 minutes, maybe 40, depending on what episode. But an hour long, you're basically just watching a movie. There was also a few things about Squid Game that did make me a bit confused. For example, Player 456 tracker and his tooth. How did they find that, but not Thanos' drugs and the mother's knife? It makes no sense. And that's basically it. That's like the only thing that really did make me a bit confused about Squid Games, but that's literally it. Apart from that, everything else was perfectly fine and perfectly amazing. Also, I don't know what it is, but for some unknown reason, Public Playtime feels very similar to Squid Games. I have no idea why. I don't know if it's the creepy music, or if it's, the killing, or heck, even the games. They just feel really similar to Squid Games, and I just can't put my finger on why. But hey, that's probably a me thing, because I'm always seeing if anything relates to Public Playtime, and 9 times out of 10 it does. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then consider subscribing, because it helps out a massive ton. I can't wait for Season 3, because it's literally just right around the corner, basically. They're just going to do the editing, and that's literally it. And I honestly cannot wait. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!